Good morning and welcome to the 126th LA County Annual Burial of the Unclaimed. What a glorious morning we've been given by all who is holy and all who is divine. And I invite us just to take a moment as we welcome our special speakers and pause in reverent prayer and reflection to just think for a moment any family member or colleague or someone in the neighborhood that somehow seems disconnected, who is just one step away from being unknown or unclaimed. We bring them all into this space. We welcome all those who represent various parts of our community, those who work and live in our Department of Health Services, our religious representatives that are gathered. We are grateful for everyone of you here at home who pause with us in this moment of prayer. In this sacred space, we acknowledge the land on which we gather, for many generations stewarded by the Tongva, Kish, and Chumash people. We recognize the enduring presence of the indigenous people connected to this and on this land. We are grateful for the opportunity to gather on this territory and work in this community as we commit ourselves to the work of justice and reconciliation with all indigenous people. And so as we gather, we first welcome and are grateful that the Board of Supervisors gather us together, and we welcome Supervisor Janice Hahn from the 4th District.
Thank you. And good morning, everyone. And I usually start my speeches with a land acknowledgement, but since you already did that, I am grateful for that. We now start all of our LA County Board of Supervisors meeting with a land acknowledgement. And I'm pleased that today my colleague, Supervisor Holly Mitchell from the 2nd District, is joining us as well and will be speaking in just a minute. Every year, I make a point to be here for this ceremony. I think it's one of the more special and important things that we do as a county. This is part of a commitment that the County of Los Angeles has upheld since 1896 to ensure that everyone in Los Angeles County, no matter their means, is laid to rest with respect and dignity. I want to thank everyone who is joining us virtually from your homes or offices as we bury the remains of 1,624 individuals who passed away in 2019 and whose bodies went unclaimed ever since. And I also want to thank all of you who are here today to offer your blessings through your words or your songs, and make sure that as many faiths and traditions are represented here as possible. We don't know the life stories of the people we're burying today, but we know many of them were unhoused. Some of them were just children when they passed. Some were immigrants to this country. Almost all of them were poor, and for one reason or another, they had no loved ones who could claim them when they passed. They may have left this world alone, but every year I'm in awe of how many people take the time to join us to mourn the loss of complete strangers. We may not have known them personally, but we can relate to them because we share a common humanity. We know they felt joy at one time like the rest of us. We know they had hopes and dreams like we do. We also know they felt pain and disappointment and loneliness, likely more than most. We cannot go back and make these people's lives better, but we can lay them to rest with respect. We can hope that they are in a more peaceful place now, and we can rededicate ourselves to caring for the many people who need us while we still can. Thank you all for joining this morning, and may the 1,624 souls we are honoring today rest in peace.
Thank you, Supervisor. And now I invite to the podium Supervisor Holly Mitchell of the 2nd District.
Good morning, and thank you all for joining us today. Do not stand by my grave and weep. I am not there. I do not sleep. I am 1,000 winds that blow. I am the diamond glint on the snow. I am the sunlight and ripened grain. I am the gentle autumn rain. When you wake in the morning, hush. I am the swift uplifting rush of quiet birds in circling flight. I am the starlight at night. Do not stand by my grave and weep. I am not there. I do not sleep. It was written by a Native American. And frankly, that's the poem that has been recited at the funeral services of both of my parents, my mother and my father. And I thought it was apropos today as my first opportunity as a member of the LA County Board of Supervisors to bring my full self to this experience, as I hope you all do as well. Particularly during this time of giving, I hope that we all share with our families this experience. Think about all of those who are dear and near in our own lives and how we want to make sure that they know that they are loved and valued and seen. And being here today, all of us are bearing witness that these 1,624 souls are respected and acknowledged and seen. This ceremony is an important role the county can play in bringing dignity to their lives. It's a humbling and intimate reminder of the county's duty and my duty as an elected official to make our residents' lives better from birth through death. And as the 2nd District Supervisor, I've made it my mission to try to think about that kindergartner that entered school my first year that I was elected. And if I'm blessed to serve an entire term of 12 years, that young person will be graduating from high school by the time I leave this office. And the question for me is, what can I do to make their life better throughout the trajectory of those 12 years? And so we're here today to acknowledge and come together and send off in prayer these 1,624 people who we will hold a special place in our heart today. They may have died alone, but we stand here as a county community, as a family, if you will, to acknowledge that their lives mattered. Thank you.
Thank you, Supervisor. And now I wish to invite to the podium Dr. Christina Galley, Director of LA County Department of Health Services.
Thank you and good afternoon, and thank you to those who are here in person and to those who are joining us online. It's always a privilege for me every year to take part in this ceremony. It is a beautiful and meaningful event. I want to offer my thanks to the team from LACUSC Medical Center for their work in both putting together the event itself, but also to the 3 years of work in partnership with our colleagues from the Coroner's Department and from the Public Administrator in LA County for their work in helping to unify and reconcile and bring together so many individuals who passed away in 2019 and reconcile them with family after their death. And for those who continue to be unclaimed and who we honor and bury today, it is my profound privilege to be a part of this in recognition and celebration of their life. I have absolute and utter confidence that these individuals are claimed by their Creator. My hope is that we all together in our various roles and ways in which we work or live or interact with our world and our community would make every effort that is made available to us to claim people more and more in their life. that we would be agents of reconciliation, that we will advocate for people without a voice, that we will advocate on behalf of the poor, of the immigrants, of those who don't have family or friends, of those who are separated from family and friends for any one of a number of reasons. And that we might, in some small way every day, really seek to be agents of healing and peace in our world. I think for many of us who have a privilege of working in the county, our fundamental role and job is to care for people who are often very vulnerable. I'm honored to have that as my role in the Department of Health Services, and I hope that we can all seek in the next year, especially at this time of the year with the holidays, to think about what that means every day, day in and day out, to live that out in new ways. Thank you for being here today.
Over the last few years of this public service, we have been blessed with a partnership with the Street Symphony instrumentalists and singers. And so we pause with them in song as we hold in memory those who have died.
Listen to the sound of your breathing. Listen to the waves it makes. Listen to your voice as you're singing. Listen to the space it takes. Listen to your heart as it's beating. Listen as your soul awakes. 'Cause one act of love I know for sure is to listen, 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 listen to the voices inside you, guiding you to being whole. Listen to the people who see you. They will help you hold your soul. Listen to the ones who oppose you. They can even play a role. 'Cause one act of love I know for sure is to listen. Time is fleeting, there's just so long we remain, so listen deeply, for you might never have that moment to listen again. Every act of love is a mirror, showing us our purest light. Every act of love is a pathway into one another's lives. Every act of love is essential to build a world that survives. And that first act of love I know for sure is to listen, 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 listen,
A few weeks ago, as one of the chaplains at LA County, USC, I was called to a bedside in the evening. The patient was close to death, and there were two people at the bedside. And I asked if they were family, and they said, no, friends. We hadn't seen him for a while, but we came to sit at his bedside. And as we prayed together, I thought, will this be one of those in 3 years that we will come and remember? Friends, maybe not able to claim legal connection, we are just that far away from someone in our lives that needs to be touched. And so with those people in mind, and these whom we honor, we say, into your hands, Creator, we humbly entrust our sisters and brothers. In this life, you embrace them with your tender love. Deliver them from all that harm them in this life, and bid them eternal peace. The old order has passed away for them. They are in the paradise of embrace, where there will be no more sorrow, no more weeping, no more pain, but fullness of peace and joy. And so I invite Tina Calderon to come and bless our space with the Tongva sage.
Tehovet Tamet Nehinkam. Good morning, relatives. I'm Tina Orduno Calderon, culture bearer, minister, and songkeeper of Gabrielino Tongva, Ventureño Chumash, Yoeme, and Mexican descent. Knowing that we come to this realm to experience, to love, to grow, and to learn, and that no matter what choices we make in this life, we will have achieved that when it is our time to leave our bodily form and to return to our Creator. There should be no sadness. Today, I'm honored to join my spiritual colleagues in memorializing and praying for the many souls who have made their journey home. Though their bodies may be unclaimed, their souls are free and at peace. May they feel the love that we express today. Tehov Kopa'ami, I know they have traveled well. Morif como cre, yamonemi, Tehov kopomi, eo shum shumo choloka, weya, weya.
I invite the Reverend Ihor Korskov from the Ukrainian Eastern Rite to lead us in the Psalm 23, followed by he will read the Our Father in the Ukrainian language, followed by Chaplain Areli Derhas, English in the Roman Rite, followed by Chaplain David Salzman. She will read it in Spanish, and David Salzman will read the Our Father from the Free Methodist tradition.
Psalm number 23. The Lord is my shepherd. There is nothing I lack. In green pastures he makes me lie down. To still waters he leads me. He restores my soul. He guides me along right paths for the sake of his name. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff comfort me. You set a table before me in front of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. Indeed, goodness and mercy will pursue me all the days of my life. I will dwell in the house of the Lord for endless days. Отче наш, що єси на небесах, нехай святиться ім'я Твоє, нехай прийде царство Твоє, нехай буде воля Твоя, як на небі, так і на землі. Хліб наш насущний дай нам сьогодні, і прости нам провини наші, як і ми прощаємо винуватцям нашим, і не веди нас у спокусу, але визволи нас від лукавого. Зі святими упокой, Христе, душі усопших рабів Твоїх, братів і сестер наших, що їм ми сьогодні погребення творимо, і сотвори їм вічною пам'ять. Вічная пам'ять, вічная пам'ять, вічная пам'ять. Зі святими упокой, Христа, вічная пам'ять.
Padre nuestro que estás en el cielo, santificado sea tu nombre. Venga a nosotros tu reino. Hágase, Señor, tu voluntad, en la tierra como en el cielo. Darnos hoy nuestro pan de cada día. Perdona nuestras ofensas, como también nosotros perdonamos a los que nos ofenden. No nos dejes caer en tentación, y líbranos de todo mal. Amén.
Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For yours is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
So we will once again invite our friend with Los Angeles Street Symphony to lead us in music. And we invite those around who would like to join the rest of us as we place rose petals and flowers on the grave of this gathering. So let us be in song and in prayer. And all are welcome to come and take a pebble, a rose, and place it on the burial site. As we continue our prayer, we invite Deacon Brian Tucker of the Episcopal Diocese Chaplain in LA County, USC, the Reverend Victor Gabriel from the Buddhist University of the West, and Reverend Michael Tron from the Universal Gate Lotus Society, followed by the Reverend Elizabeth Gibbs-Cinder, Presbyterian Consortium and Chaplain at LA County, USC, for a reading of poems and prayers and chant.
Good morning. A reflection by Stephen Charleston, Bishop and Elder of the Choctaw people. Your song will not end. The kindness you have shown, the wisdom you have shared, the love that you have given. None of that will end. It will go on, passed like an heirloom of faith from person to person, not only of your own family, but between the countless others you have known, cared for, worked with, prayed for, and respected. You have made music with your life. You have made a witness. The harmony you have embodied and the hope you have embraced will sing on after you, sing on into generations yet to come. Your vision will live in many hearts until one joyous day it joins the chorus of life that began when the Spirit first started to sing.
Good morning. I would like to offer a chant according to the Chinese Buddhist tradition, the Heart Sutra, with a praise to Amitabha, with a dedication. May our honored that we are honoring today have a peaceful transition. Nai ma to pa lu lai, namo va se lu lai, namo mya se sen lu lai, namo quan mo sen lu lai, namo li bo we lu lai, namo gan lu wang lu, namo amido lu lai, namo to pa lu lai, namo pa sen lu lai, namo mya se sen lu, namo quan mo sen lu lai, namo li bo we lu lai, namo gan lu wang lu lai, namo amido lu lai, namo to pa lu lai, namo pa sen lu lai. Namo mya sa san lu lai, namo quan mo san lu lai, namo li po wei lu lai, namo gan lo wang lu lai, namo amido lu lai, po re po lo mi to xin ji guan zhe zai po san xin zhen po ye po lo mi to shi zhang jie wu. 见过外在里的三波音，刚刚波音色三七是刚刚七色色上下心是一葫芦是下里这是做法共享不生莫灭不高莫见不得莫见就。 做首先心是我言难别是一无生生相为做和我言见乃这无也世界不我名也我名见乃这无老师一无老师即我共见面的问之一。说那个菩提上等一般人波罗蜜多无心无关无关无无有空不远离颠倒不想求积累八三四九八一八一波罗蜜多无等啊。 上面上菩提有这八一波罗蜜多是那生咒是那命咒是无上咒是无等等等等咒一切功德是不虚无上。 当天上昼夜个地波罗僧个地菩提萨婆南无阿弥陀佛耶多达个多耶多利耶多阿弥利多波比阿弥利多西南波比阿弥。 迦兰地阿弥利多比迦兰多揭弥利耶揭那揭那迦利萨婆南无阿弥陀佛耶多达揭多耶多地。 弥利多波比阿弥利多西南波比阿弥利多比迦兰地阿弥利多比迦兰多揭弥利耶揭那揭那迦利萨。南无阿弥陀佛耶多达揭多耶多利耶多阿弥利多波比阿弥利多西南波。 迦兰地阿弥利多比迦兰多揭弥利耶揭那揭那迦利呀萨婆阿弥陀所有无边事观见众生苦海常飘溺，随手引进特加自行机普在众生同福莲智慧，南无莲智海会佛菩萨，南无莲智海会佛菩萨，南无莲智海会佛菩萨，愿生西方净土中，修并莲花为护母，花开见佛无生，不对菩萨为法律。Thank you.
As a chaplain at the county hospital, it is our great privilege to accompany the human family as they seek their healing from injury, their healing from illness. And it is a great privilege and honor today to stand in the circle with you at the graveside of those we lay to rest today, knowing that each of us one day will also be laid to rest. In the Christian tradition, we believe in the resurrection of the dead, meaning that those who precede us in death continue to accompany us as a great cloud of witnesses. This morning we have gathered together to offer each of the 1,624 people our blessing. So now as we prepare to make our way in the world, we carry them with us. We say presente. We carry each child, presente, each teenager, presente, each adult, presente, each immigrant who died far from their home, presente, each person who died without a home, presente, each one who suffered from violence or sickness or abuse, presente. Each one who lived with joy, who danced, who loved, who lived, who made our world a better place, presente. May we live together in this place, each one of us, members of this human family, presente.
And so we thank you for joining us on live stream or in person. We give thanks to the staff here who carefully receive those who have died and carefully cremates their remains and holds their remains for these 3 years. And we give thanks for the social workers and detectives and all those who spend these 3 years diligently looking for family, friends, identifying and holding their remains. We thank the Board of Supervisors of LA County for making this memorial possible every year. And we hope and pray that if you're from another city or county, that you might replicate this in some way so that all in our land and in our world are remembered and honored. As I said at the beginning, I hope and pray that during this winter season, a season so full of many sacred days, of all the sacred tradition, that we take that extra moment to write a letter, text a person, call a person, a family, a colleague, a neighbor that you haven't seen for a while. Allow this season to be of connections as we remember and honor those that we honor here today. So I invite anyone who would like to extend a hand of blessing toward the burial site as we conclude. May the road rise to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face. May the rains fall upon your fields until we will meet again. May God hold you in the palm of the holy hand. May the sun bring you energy every day, bringing light into darkness of your soul. May the moon softly restore you by light, bathing you in the glow of restful sleep and peaceful dreams. May the rain wash away any worries and cleanse you of any hurts. May the breeze blow new strength into your being. May you believe in the courage of yourself. And may you walk gently through the world, keeping your loved ones with you always, knowing that you are never parted from the beating heart. Amen. So we will conclude with a final piece of music by our colleagues at the Street Symphony. And we thank you all for joining us in person, live, and if you watch this later in the day, may we be blessed.